let me introduce you to the architect. Hey guys, welcome back to the Bald Shredder channel. So yeah, we are finally getting to the full demo and review of the Jaymz Tempest. But not just the Tempest, this is the Deluxe Tempest. And they have three of these, three different colors, and this particular one, the one in the green, is called the Architect. Now if you guys missed my initial unboxing and video that I did on this guitar, I'll have a link for that video in the description if you want to check it out. So yeah, this is the Deluxe Tempest, and like I said, there are three colors. There's the green one that I have, but there's also a blue version and a purple version. And these are selling for $349 on Amazon, and the good thing is that all three colors are in stock right now. Now I'm gonna give you the specs, and I'm gonna talk about the guitar, of course, but first, I need to shred on this thing. And for today's video, I decided that I would do a live shred playthrough of my song, Speed of Light. It's the title track from my most recent album. Check it out. Alright, so did you guys notice I made a couple of flubs in there? Did you hear them? A couple of clinkers, notes, or whatever? Yeah, it happens, even to me. I wanted to leave that in there just to show that, you know, nobody's perfect. Also guys, at the very end of the video, I'm gonna throw in an absolutely bonus, top secret solo. I probably shouldn't even be including it in this video because it's something that I recorded for another YouTuber and he hasn't even put that video out yet. So I hope I don't get in trouble. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you can see this top secret bonus solo. Alrighty, so what makes this version of the Tempest deluxe? Well, it's the top, it's the finish. This guitar has an exquisite burl top. That's how they describe it on Amazon. That's the brown part that you can see. And then the green part, that's an epoxy that they pour on. And because of the fact that they're pouring on the epoxy, every one of these is unique. None of them look exactly alike. And if you look at the pictures on Amazon, they're not gonna look exactly like my guitar or any other guitar that anybody orders because they're all a little bit unique. Now, as far as the rest of the guitar, guys, it's got a mahogany body, a maple neck, and a rosewood fretboard. 2 active humbuckers, yes, it takes a 9-volt battery. A 2-point floating Wilkinson bridge. 1 volume, 1 tone, and a 3-way toggle. And I just want to mention real quick, guys, I love these knobs. I know that seems like a silly thing to be excited about, but they're really cool, and I just love the feel of them. Now, the guitar is fairly heavy. I weighed it, it was 7.22 pounds. And the pickups, guys, I measured the pickups with my multimeter, and both the bridge and the neck pickup came in at close to 17K. They were both the same, which leads me to believe that this guitar has the exact same two pickups in the bridge and the neck. But really, the neck pickup should not be as strong as the bridge pickup. It should be like somewhere around 7 or 8. Now on the neck, we've got 24 frets, a radius of 14 inches, and a real bone nut. And one huge improvement on the new Tempest models compared to the original Tempest that came out last year. The back of the neck has a very light satin finish, doesn't have the high gloss like those other Tempest models had. It's a pretty comfortable neck profile, definitely feels better than those original Tempest guitars. Now the frets, I gotta talk about the frets. These are not stainless steel frets, although they do have the rounded ball ends. And as far as the size of the frets, guys, these are not the big, huge, extra jumbos, but I would say they're like almost medium jumbo. And you know, I'm always going on about extra jumbo frets. I want to have extra jumbo frets. I want that. These frets, however big they are, they're real comfortable to play. So I can get around the neck and do those fast licks and everything, and it's actually, yeah, not bad. And I do want to address one other thing about the frets that I've seen some people commenting online, is that some of the frets don't quite reach the edge of the fretboard. There's like a tiny little gap from the end of the fret to the edge of the fretboard. I don't think it's super noticeable, but if you really look, you're gonna see it in a couple of places here and there, but that has absolutely no effect on the playability of the guitar, because the string, like the high E string, it is not close enough to the edge of the fretboard that I ever like slip off the fret. And I shredded all over this thing, all the way up and down the neck, and not once did the string ever slip off. But I just wanted to point that out because that's something that people have been talking about. All right, now let's address the elephant in the room. Okay, no, there's not an elephant in the room. I just want to mention something that I already mentioned in the previous unboxing video, and that is that I bought this guitar. This is not a sponsored video. They did not send me this guitar. I bought this guitar on Amazon. I mean, as much as I would like them to, Leo Jaymz does not send me every single one of their guitars for free. It just doesn't happen. And when these popped up on Amazon and I saw it, especially with the green, I was like, I gotta have that. I want that guitar. Not just because it looks awesome, but because I was really curious to see like how these differed from the original Tempest that I had from last year. And yeah, absolutely, this is just miles and miles above those original Tempest guitars. Feels better, plays better, sounds better, even the pickups are better. Now regarding the epoxy on the front of the body here, I have noticed that people talking about these guitars, it seems to be like, this is the kind of thing that people either love it, like me, or they absolutely hate it. And I'll even admit, guys, that I don't like the blue one and the purple one. I don't think the blue and the purple blend well with the natural brown of the burl, but I think the green looks fantastic with it. I think that's a great color combination, the natural brown and the green. The light blue and the purple, not so much. So do I recommend this guitar? Yeah, absolutely. I totally love it. And yes, it's getting the Bald Shredder stamp of approval. Now, full disclosure here, guys, I did have to do a little bit of work on this guitar to get it into primo shred shape. And what I did was I shimmed the neck pocket. And I did that because after straightening the neck a little bit by turning the truss rod and checking the bridge and checking the saddles and stuff, the action, the distance between this part of the fretboard, not down there, I'm talking about this part right here, the distance between the fretboard and the strings, it was still, the gap was still too much, which meant the action is too high up here, which makes it not as comfortable to play the fast licks up here. But that's very easy to remedy. Shimming the neck pocket on a bolt-on neck guitar, it's one of the easiest things that you can do. I even demonstrated it in one of my recent videos, this video right here. So if you're sitting there going, I don't know how to shim a neck pocket, I don't want to have to do that, I can't do that. Yes, you can. If you've got a pair of scissors and a screwdriver, you can shim the neck pocket. And that could literally be the difference between like, you got a guitar and you're going, man, this is not comfortable, I'm not liking this at all. And then you shim the neck pocket and you're like, this is absolutely fantastic. it makes that much of a difference. So don't be scared to do that, guys. Come on! Right before I started recording this video, somebody tagged me in a post on Facebook in a Leo Jaymz guitar group, and I'm gonna read what he wrote because you guys need to hear this, and this totally applies to the Tempest and also the Monsoon and maybe any other budget guitars that you might be getting. I think what he said is really, well, you need to hear it, so let's read it. Recently, on Richard James's live stream, he mentioned that some folks might have an unrealistic expectation on budget guitars. I tend to agree, although we all would love a $1,500 guitar for $299, right? Huh, yeah. So what is your expectation on a budget guitar under $300? On my two Leo Jaymz guitars, I'm extremely happy with both my Leo Jaymz guitars, the Monsoon and the Tempest. He has the regular Tempest, not the deluxe one, but it's the same guitar, it just doesn't have the fancy epoxy finish. I did do work to them both, but they were overall pretty nice. The finish and the feel of the necks are fantastic. The frets on the Tempest needed reseating and leveling. They both needed the typical setup, but I enjoy working on guitars. The Monsoon neck is the best budget neck I have laid hands on, and the frets were in real good condition. Seated 2 frets and I was good to go. I did change tuners as a couple were extremely stiff. Overall, both guitars sound and play great. Gene, thanks so much for that. I really appreciate that, dude. So there you have it, guys. The Deluxe Tempest, the Architect. In my opinion, a fantastic guitar, looks killer, plays great, sounds great. I will have links down in the description for both the Deluxe Tempest and the regular Tempest. And now, guys, as I mentioned earlier in the video, it's time for that top secret solo video that I'm probably not supposed to be releasing, but I'm gonna put it in here anyway, and I hope my buddy Lester Mitchell is okay with that. For any of you that saw my video from a few days ago where I gave a bass guitar to Lester, you might have heard me mention that I'm playing like in his new collab video that he's got coming up with like a whole bunch of guitar players. And for the solo in that collab, which he has not released yet, I used this guitar. So right now, I'm gonna include that solo in this video. This is what's gonna take us out of the video. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Check it out!